but it's
Okay.
your choice.
I don't know. Okay. All right. So welcome, everybody. A couple of announcements. One, which is really exciting, our next meeting in April, we get to meet face to face again. So we don't need to Zoom after today. I talked to Mary Evans about it yesterday and confirmed it. So we will be back in classroom 1 on Brookside. And I believe that is, I have that date somewhere else. Anyway, our April meeting
April 15th.
might be the 15th. Yes. Thanks, Deb. Yes, the 15th. So that's exciting. And they have an 18-person capacity, which is great because we've been running somewhere around 15-ish. So that I'm looking forward to that.
That's tax day, although it's now
Not
changed.
anymore. Not
I know,
anymore.
that's
Not
right.
this year.
I know,
They moved it
crazy.
back to what, Carol? May sometime?
Yeah.
Yeah,
17.
Okay. All right.
Can't read that. One person.
Somebody speaking to us, the group, because we didn't hear what you said.
No,
Okay.
I'm just asking. I'm trying to ask Dick a question. He's on another Zoom but muted and I need to,
Okay, whatever you guys say to each other, we hear.
I know, I apologize.
All right, so in terms of looking at group photos, one of the things that occurred to me to just talk for a moment about capturing pictures of sunsets. Always a popular topic. And in a nutshell, I'll tell you the story, a true story. Was out in the state of Washington, and I was with a group with some wonderfully experienced photographers. We were up on top of a mountain waiting for the sunset.
Oh,
And
okay, we'll give it to me.
it
I'll see if I can
just-
figure it out.
wasn't happening and wasn't happening and wasn't happening. So we all came down, we got in our cars, happened to be 2 cars. Those of us in the front, all of a sudden the sunset started happening and it was gorgeous. It was reds and purples. So we all ran out of the car with our cameras and started snapping away. The second car behind us, we noticed, turn around, and guys, it's a little distracting when you're talking. Makes me lose my train of thought. So please mute yourself. So okay, maybe coming from Dick's. Anyway, second car turned around, raced down the road, and we were all a little puzzled about that until we compared our photos. They were on the ball enough that they raced down to the road to a tree that has been photographed many, many times. It's gorgeous. It's a lone tree and it looks gorgeous in photos all the time. They were on the ball enough to realize that was what they wanted in the foreground of their sunset. So they raced down and got it. We were all really impressed that they had that kind of presence of mind. Moral of the story, for these gorgeous sunsets that we take many, many, many photos of shooting straight into the sky, if you can find something for a foreground, it will magnify the impact. So pretty much anything, a barn, a tree, a pier, a person, look for something else to give it a bit of perspective and pick up the light, all kinds of things. So
Enter your participant ID followed by pound.
okay, we're getting phone calls again.
You are in the meeting now. There are 13 participants. in the meeting.
Unmute.
This meeting is
Mute
being recorded.
yourself.
Whoever you are.
Dick, mute yourself.
Okay. Way to go, Hope. Besides the fact we love having you here, there's a reason. Okay, thanks. Okay. Moral of the story. do your research in advance if you're going out and might get a sunset. Just look around, see what's there, see what you can include. All right, so Carol, let's see. Rosemary, you have come in since we said hello to everybody. So hello, welcome. Glad you're here. We are recording this session for anybody else that comes in late. You'll be able to pick it up and get the announcements and other kinds of things. Given that our topic was Oh Happy Day, which we defined as anything that brought joy to you and anyone else, I thought for our video, I would pull something out of a wonderful photographer who loves baseball. Man, does she love baseball. It makes her very happy. And I want you to see what she did with her video that works really well for our theme, I think. So let's see if I can share screen and find it. Give me a second. Not happening yet. So what is anybody seeing at this point?
The black screen and the forward arrow.
Awesome. So we're there. Okay. Here we go.
Someone once said there are only two seasons, winter and baseball. From the first spring training games in February until the last out of the World Series in October, this is where you'll find me, with a seat in the sun, a scorebook in my lap, a camera in my hand, and 30,000 of my closest friends. It's a beautiful thing, this game. Let me show you.
Katie Casey was baseball man. She had the fever and she had it bad. Just to root for the hometown crew. Every cent that Katie spent. On one Saturday, her young beau called to see if she'd like to go to see a show. But Miss Kate said no. I'll tell you what you can do. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and cracker jacks. I don't care if I ever get back, 'cause it's root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. 'Cause it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Katie Casey saw all the games, knew all the players by their first names, told the umpire he was wrong all along, and she was strong. When the score was 2-2, Katie Casey, she had the clue to cheer on the boy. She knew just what to do. She made everyone sing the song. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and cracker jacks. I do not care if I ever get back, 'cause root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. 'Cause it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and cracker jacks. I don't care if I ever get back, 'cause it's
So what'd you think?
I thought that was pretty good.
Good.
Yeah.
That was fun.
It was fun. She did a lot of work on that, if you
Mm.
stop and think about it,
She got some wonderful photos.
didn't she?
Yeah, yeah.
The close-ups were really fun.
I figured she must have been hauling a lot of lenses in there between the close-ups of the guys and then those final scenes of the whole stadium. That was pretty cool. All right. So we said, I promised to give you guys a demo of Topaz. And let me say what Topaz is, answer any questions you might have. Did somebody else just join us? Maybe not. Guess not. Okay. Topaz is what's called a plug-in set, meaning it's not freestanding and it has to work through Photoshop or Lightroom. So you need to have, I use Lightroom first. That's how you get to it. And it's beautifully coordinated. I'll show you how it works. It's the fun stuff. It's professional quality and professional cost. So it'll cost you a little bit. The best photographers I know, occasionally you'll see, they say, well, this wasn't quite sharp enough, but I used Topaz and brought it to great clarity. It's also, as you'll see, you can do a lot of purely fun, imaginative, creative works with it. Their brand new thing is using artificial intelligence to get your pictures totally sharp. They are, I think, the first ones to go at it big time. At least they're the first ones to really brag about it, so we all know that. Image quality is a big thing. You can try it for free. I encourage you to explore their website, if only to see what it is. Also, while they are in many ways leading the game, it's not that everybody's going to want to go for that whole thing to start with, go for the whole package. But while they're leading the pack in many ways, you can also find examples of some of the individual things they've done is as freestanding apps. So to give you a sense of what's possible, if you will, is anybody else here working with it? No.
No.
Okay.
Dick has it and has worked with it a little bit. I have not.
Okay.
Just,
Thank you. I was going to ask you, but I didn't see it. I was going to ask you because I noticed one of the photos he sent in had that tab on it. So, all right, give me a second to share the screen. So I'm going to take us first to Lightroom. In a moment. You probably can't see it yet, correct?
No.
no.
Okay. Never fear, we will get there. I'm gonna try again. All right, are you seeing an Anahinga?
Yeah.
Or a big bird?
No. We only see a strip.
We see lots of photos.
You don't see this one photo?
No, we see a whole line of photos.
Yeah, we see,
Okay.
got to click on it, but we don't see the big picture. This stripper's across the center of the screen.
Okay. Let's
Good.
try again. Thank you for your patience.
Ah, now we see it.
Gloria, thank you. That silence had me nervous. Good. So, everybody, thanks. Okay, so Anahanga Central, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. And the Finch, yes?
Yes.
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 Cool. All right. Okay. All right, as you can see, I'm in Lightroom. Yes. And here's a picture I took through the glass of my sliding glass doors, of course. So it's fun, but it's, as you can see, it's not as sharp as it could be. Fair enough?
Yes.
All right, so that's what I want to do, is sharpen it up. And I'm going to go up here to photo, and goodness knows you don't have to memorize all this, but it'll give you a sense of what's involved and why you have to go through Lightroom. All right, so I'm going to go to photo, edit in Topaz Studio. That brings up the whole set of tools for Topaz. And you give it a minute. So what you're seeing are some that I've worked on previously, but here we go. Now we have the photo we want to work in. Go over here and I choose which of the adjustments I want to work with. I'm going to do the artificial intelligence AI clear. So keep your eye on the little bird. Watch closely. So pretty much no change, no change. And then it's sharper. It's not like the sliders that we're used to, where you see incremental changes and you go, okay, that's enough. It goes from no change to a blink of an eye, and it's clearer.
Are we supposed to be seeing how you're doing this or just that you're doing this?
The way I did it was click on, I went over here to adjustments.
Well, we're seeing histogram and the
Load that.
title of the pictures.
Below the histogram, you're not seeing something that says adjustments?
No.
Oh, how is that possible?
I'm seeing
my
the adjustment.
goodness.
I'm seeing your work screen with the little postage stamp birdie on the left, the big bird in the middle, and then all your menus on both sides. So I don't know what's
Okay,
changed.
now wait a minute, hang on. It's too much. I can't deal with that. Hang on. Is everybody seeing the little, it's actually a goldfinch. Everybody seeing the goldfinch?
Yes.
Yes.
Wow. So we're seeing 2/3 of my screen.
Well, to the left of the goldfinch, we're seeing the navigator menu on the left.
Tell me what
And
it says, Hope, wait, what does it say?
It says navigator, and there's a little picture of a finch, and then words with numbers. So like Phig negative X2, Phig positive X2, photo essay.
But Topaz demo
Oh, I
is
see.
highlighted.
And then it's highlighting Topaz demo Phig.
Thank you. That was great. Okay, so what it's
Okay.
doing, all the things you just read off are actually in Lightroom.
Yes, I think we're just seeing Lightroom.
Ah,
It's, I think it's
I
what's
hear
on
you.
the
I hear
right screen.
Okay, so when I switched from Lightroom, it didn't switch. It didn't go with me, right?
Right.
Correct.
Suggestions welcome.
Do you have, you have a screen open that all, that is the Lightroom screen, and then you overlaid the screen of what you're working on?
Yes, I did.
Can you unshare screen and then find that second screen?
I can try. Sounds like a
See if
reason.
that might be a way to get us there.
All right, I'm going to stop share. And then go back to share. Lightroom Classic. Let's try this. It says Topaz Studio.
Yes.
There it is.
Wow.
Oh, Hope, you are, as always, magic. Awesome. Thank you. Whoever pointed out you couldn't see anything I was telling you.
That was me.
Well, in that case, doubly thank you for having a solution. Okay, so you didn't see it get sharper, did you?
No, we
No.
didn't.
So the picture gets sharper, not the how.
You did see it get sharper?
No.
I didn't see it change.
Okay.
All right, we're going to try it from here. And again, this is very, very subtle. So it's subtle and blink of an eye.
Can you do before and after?
You go with me there. Yes, hang in there. Yes. We're back, as you can see, in Lightroom. So I go over here and I don't know why we're in Lightroom.
Well, we're seeing the correct screen now.
What are you seeing, Topaz or Lightroom?
We're seeing Topaz.
Topaz.
Okay.
So we should see the results of what you do in Lightroom.
All right. Thank you. I'm joining you there shortly.
Oopsie.
Are you seeing Topaz, little bird?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so watch the bird. Well, I'm going over to adjustments. You can see adjustments on the right.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
all right. I love it when a plan comes together. So I'm going down to AI, artificial intelligence, clear, and just ask it to make him clearer. Just watch the birdie.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it?
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
Right.
you guys are good. Okay, so before and after. Before on the left, after on the right. Subtle, but it makes all the difference.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Then if you say, boy, I want it a little bit sharper, you can still go back over to the panel and you can say, you know what, I want a little higher sharpness. And recover details will bring it up even more.
Yeah. Wow.
So for many of us, we would be happy actually with the one on the left. Right? I mean, we would.
Hmm.
But we don't have to be. So far, so good?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, actually, and use more if you want to go nuts about it and say, you know what, a little bit more clarity. Clarity adds black is what it does. So if you add a little bit black. So this is what artificial intelligence does. All right, let's try. Okay, for me, this takes me back to Lightroom Classic, so it's a little crazy making, but we can do this. Okay, so for things that are not quite so clear or taken through glass, for things that are beyond your lens and you can't get it any clearer, that's another great use for it. And so I'm going to get myself back over to Topaz, where I think you already are.
Betty, have you tried to do the same thing in Lightroom and compare what you can do in Lightroom and Topaz?
Yes, in fact, John, what you're seeing, the before was what I did with Lightroom.
Oh,
It was
so
as
it is an
much, it was as
improvement.
much as I could do with Lightroom. And I love
Okay,
it. There you go.
thank you.
Okay, so let's go back here. You are probably seeing the one that's already sharpened. Is that true? Or do you know?
We don't know.
Can't
Oh,
tell.
Are these the same?
Oh, the one on the right is the sharp, wait a minute.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Slightly sharper, yeah.
The one on the right is sharper.
Okay. Oh, you're right. Thank you. Okay. Let's go in a little more. So you can usually see it on the feathers. You can see on the delineation of the great twig is carrying to the nest. Questions on what we've seen so far? Okay. Okay, here's one that I worked on before. So you see before on your left. Again, it's a perfectly decent shot. No complaints about it. But if you,
Eye is so much better than the other one.
yeah, look at that eye. Exactly.
Yeah.
The eye, the texture, the detail in the feathers, even the foot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
That's different. Magic. So about it right in here.
Okay. What I would like to show you next, so you get the idea about clarity. It's just so much clearer. Now let me show you some of the fun stuff. Can you still see the left panel? Everybody see the left panel?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, so everybody see the yellow tree,
Mhm.
Yes.
Right,
which is not the original one. Interesting. But nonetheless, I'm going to start from here. And I've always loved Impressionism, so I tend to go first. These are for not bringing up the quality, but this is the creative panel. This is where you just have fun. So we're going to go to Impressionism. And over here on the left, notice the choices that we have. And they're all labeled the Cezanne. And my artist friends, interestingly, can look at one of these and go, oh, that's the Cezanne look, which is way beyond me, but I can at least read. Watch the transformation.
Oh, I love that.
Wow.
Is that Gloria?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that's lovely.
Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah, transforms the lake into brushstrokes. It's really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Similar effect to the one you had for the watercolor.
Different though. Different.
It's a lot more detailed than the simple watercolor.
Right. So the ones I've shown you in the past are apps. Apps do one thing, right? So I have a Washington Post app. That's it. I can see the Washington Post. I can see a lot of different ways, but it only gives me the Washington Post. That's what it's made for. This is not an app. These are plugins and much, much more sophisticated. I don't know. We'll see what Renoir.
Oh, nice.
So maybe if you invest in
Swirly Stokes. Stroke.
watercolor.
Crazy, huh?
Yeah, what fun. I love those colors.
Isn't that fun?
And it looks like you can, there's a slider for the opacity, so you can adjust the effect.
Yes.
Yeah, I see that on the right. Yep.
Yes, down here. Yep. Good eye.
Good.
Yep. All right. So you want to see what that looks like, John? Opacity, of course, is to what extent what we've just done is transparent or translucent. So if we take it back.
Oh.
Oh, good. We're getting
Ah.
the original look. Cool. Who knew?
Yep.
There you go. That was the photo I took.
Huh.
And then to what extent do we overlay the Van Gogh? A little bit. Or a lot.
That's really intriguing.
Isn't it?
Yes.
Mhm.
So I'm not going to switch out of it because it's hard to show you both screens at the same time, but you can hear that when you get the one that you really like, you simply go over here and click apply. So that's how you're saying, okay, I'm going to go with this one, and then save, which puts it back in Lightroom, right in your tray, right next to the original. No big deal of trying to figure out how in the world we get it from here to there. And so it automatically takes it back to Lightroom. Again, I hesitate to show you because I think it takes more time than it's worth to go between the two. Then you have it as a JPEG. This is what it looks like. You can do anything you want with that JPEG. You can crop it, you can add blue to it, do any of the things you have the tools for. You can, of course, print it, or as friends of mine say, oh, you can sell it. Yes, you can. All right, let's just for fun see what colored pencils do.
Huh.
Again, it's pretty effortless on your part, and you can indulge your curiosity and creativity as much as you want. You can back it off a little. Really up to you.
Hmm.
So I've made a presentation to the Fireside artists, and they loved it. And they also said for them, it would be a way to kind of preview possible things they could do with the subject. and make their choice more informed in advance. Rosemary, is that making sense to you?
Yes, it does.
Okay, so I was happy to hear that. And let's go back to.
What you're showing us, is that in studio or is that another plugin?
Everything I'm showing you is in Topaz Studio.
Okay,
However, everything is in Topaz Studio, but each of these is separate, if you will. So Clarity, artificial intelligence Clarity is a separate, I think they call them features, Joe. It's a separate feature. And
okay,
some of the artistic, the impressionism is a separate feature.
okay.
All right, I've chosen a different image here to play with. Let's go to painting. Actually, let's go back to original. There you go.
Ah,
I know. Now let's play with it a little bit.
that's cool.
Isn't it cool? Edward Hopper look.
And you got.
Anybody sees one they want, call it out. I'm just sort of being random here.
George O'Keefe.
I guess that's it. Nope, this is it.
There you go.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah.
That doesn't quite work.
No.
I don't think.
But it's fascinating.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was
You
a
can-
Zoom before this
You
one.
can correct that with capacity, can't you? Opacity.
No, it's at 100% coverage. Correction, meaning I can go back to the original.
Yeah,
Well,
and yeah,
if that's what you mean, correct. This is the original photo as I took it. Oil painting, see what difference that makes.
Interesting.
Not as much as you'd have thought.
It's hard for me to anticipate what I'm going to get, but it sure is fun to find out.
Yeah,
Palette knife and oil.
that's neat. I like that one.
If you get all those art classes, we can use Topaz in the future.
I have to admit, I went with fear and trembling, John, to the Fireside Artists. Like,
Yeah.
is this okay? Fortunately, they loved it. Just don't pretend one is the other.
Right.
That's my line. Turner Sunset.
Try one of the watercolor ones.
Yeah, but do you care which one?
No, this was.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Again, this goes back to Lightroom. Whenever you choose it, select it, it goes back to Lightroom. Then you can play with colors, clarity, contrast, anything you want.
Eddie,
Yeah.
does this in any way, or does it matter, blur the lines between photography and art?
Well, that's a big question. Lots of lovely debate about that. This would be called,
Same.
in the circles I work in, David, this is called photo art. Photo art.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Other folks are going to call this painting. If they're going to be 100% straightforward, they're going to call it digital painting. If they're not, they're going to call it painting. And their friends are now going to think they're painters in addition to being photographers. So for me, what enabled me to move into it was somebody said, but you can have so much fun and it's so creative. And I thought, oh, I want to have fun and be creative. It's not the same as what I do every day, but I love translating what I've done into these looks. It's just fun.
I was just wondering how far you got before conventional photographers start criticizing, or,
Conventional photographers are leading the way, David.
okay,
I know. That's where I learned about it. So my friend Max Waugh, who won the International Wildlife Photographer of the Year award, said the other day that he used Topaz AI to pull up a little bit of the detail. Like, enough for me. All right, I'd like to move on to see your photos, unless there's something somebody else wants while we're here. Good
No,
enough?
thank you.
Thank
Okay,
you.
That's great.
good.
That was fun.
All right, let's move out, and I think we're just gonna stop sharing. Don't save, don't save, don't save. Okay, somebody tell me what you're seeing.
you,
You.
Just
See,
just
all of
us,
us.
all of us,
Ours.
gallery.
Okay. So back to screen share. Hope you still on here?
Yes, I am.
I expect an honorary doctorate after this. In Zoom,
Yeah,
in Zoom.
no, it.
Oh, you
all
graduated,
computers
that's for
can
sure.
go.
Thank you. All right.
So Topaz runs around $99.
Mm-mm. No, that won't get you in the door.
Okay,
But you have your choice of each of the features you pay for separately, or there is a bundle rate. Look it up. It's a couple of
yeah,
hundred.
that's why I saw 99.
I'd be astonished,
Okay, it was Topaz Studio 2.
including artificial.
Oh, I don't, okay.
That's the thing. All right, trying to get to photos. Going to.
Yeah, there are so many apps coming out in all these photography areas. Did you see that one by My Heritage? You could take your pictures of your grandparents that were taken in around
Make
1900
them move.
and make the eyes move, the
Oh,
mouth move.
God.
the head move.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Oh,
That's
You can bring them
creepy.
back to life.
Yeah,
It is
I was gonna say,
creepy.
that's almost creepy.
Yeah,
Sure is. Not even almost.
Yeah.
It is creepy.
Yeah, I've used it and it is
We
creepy.
can use it on ourselves even, make us look a little more lively.
Save it for Halloween.
Okay. Oopsie. Was almost there for half a second. Too much going on. All right, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna close down Lightroom Classic because it's competing. I'm gonna stop sharing and then start sharing. Gonna go back to select the one I want. Hope you got any, I'm having trouble pulling up photos. I
Here it
see,
comes.
is it
Here
here?
we
Jen?
are.
Yeah, I see them.
You see recents?
Recent
Yes.
on top.
Don't
Yeah.
don't resend that doctorate then. Don't take it back yet. Okay, let's go to March.
21.
Yeah,
Right.
Here we go. So Dick Krebs, you want to tell us about this?
Yes, that's a photo that I took, and that's Peggy.
Is it?
It's a little bit dated, but that was taken 10 years ago,
Back
right
when-
after she finished the chemo portion of her therapy.
Ah,
And she was very happy to be done with that.
wow.
And obviously I have my blue wig on because it was requested that I wear my blue wig that day.
To match your jacket.
Yep.
great
And somebody
photograph.
had given me the wild scarf, so I wanted to wear that as a gift.
Did you know you were going to have your picture taken?
Yes.
Oh, you did? Okay. Very cute. So it must bring back great memories, I would think.
Oh, it was because chemo was very hard on that one.
Right.
In fact, if you don't mind my telling a side story, a nurse told me this time around that she remembered me only because I didn't know her, but she knew my name because it was circulated among all the nurses about the number of side effects I was having and how they were unusual for the chemo I was on, so they needed to know how to help me with those side effects. So all the nurses were participating in what to do.
Wow.
Which is amazing.
Wow. It is. Peggy, I don't know that the whole group knows your current situation. Do you want to mention that or not?
Okay, I have 10 years later, I have colorectal cancer now, right now. And am going through chemo right now.
Oh, bless you. That's tough.
So Peggy,
Oh, I'll get through it. There's always that's the amazing thing is it feels to me like God just somehow mysteriously finds a person who can help me with a side effect or help me with this or that, and I do always get through it. I've got a wonderful husband as a helper. He's just been there already doing things for me that I would not have done for me if I were probably someplace else.
Got it.
Like in at the hospital or something.
Well, thanks, Peggy, for sharing that and for this great memory. So in terms of our theme, Oh, Happy Day, I'd say you aced it. Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Anybody have a comment on this? It's
Just
hard.
pure joy.
Thank you. It's hard to treat it, I think, as just a pure photo. It's not a pure photo. It's a wonderful moment, but that's what photos do. So, welcome.
Yeah, the picture clearly was snapped at exactly the right moment.
It really was. Look at those eyes, your grin. Fabulous. Well coiffed. All right, let's see what else we have here.
Now, I have no idea who that little girl is. We
Really?
were in Alaska on a, I'm muted, yeah.
No, you are.
I'm okay. Okay, we were in Alaska and this little girl was just so cute that she was so happy. So I snapped the picture.
So this is somebody else's kid.
Somebody else's kid, yeah, I don't know.
Irresistible, isn't it? This is the one that came through that when I first saw it, though it doesn't now, it had an artificial intelligence thing on it that told me it was part of Topaz. Did you use Topaz with this? Anyway,
I
think
may
you did.
have, yes.
I think you did.
Yeah, and I have a subset that's a standalone. I paid $60 for it. and it had sharpen and focus and one other
Oh, okay.
something or other, but it was a totally standalone. It was not an add-on to Lightroom.
Nice. So what I noticed about this is that your background, every blade of grass is very, very, very sharp. The face, not so much.
Not so much, yeah.
So, so I guess what that points to is learning how to really make sure Topaz artificial intelligence is working where we want it to work. And that just takes some doing, I think. Just takes playing with it and like, oh, well, that's not quite right. How do we do that? And using some of the other sets for it. But putting aside, Janet, what do you think of this photo?
Oh, I really like it. I think it just captures this little girl or boy. I don't know if it's a little girl or a boy, their spirit, really nice. And I don't know whether that spot on the forehead is just an artifact or actually a mole. Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you have taken it off, Janet?
Yes.
Okay. So that's a possibility.
There's some dirt on the chin too.
Right. I think that adds the charm. Actually.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Personally, I like it. It's like, here's a tough little kid. Okay.
Not be focused. It might be movement because the clothing looks sharp.
It nonetheless should be sharpenable. Bill, I hear you. There are limits on it.
Okay.
Should be sharpenable. This is
I'll
not
play with it some more and see what I can do.
What are the white things? Are there something floating in the air or is that on the ground?
I think those are leaves.
I thought it looked like she was trying to catch one of them or something.
I think, at first that's what I thought, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah, at first I thought she was holding something in the leaf. You couldn't see the stem, but it's not that. When you bring a focus super way up, then you realize it's the leaves.
Okay. Okay. Well, nicely done. Certainly got the theme. All right. Let's see. Janet, tell us about this.
Yeah, this is West Virginia. It's a neighbor's. They just put up a new gate to keep the deer out from eating all their produce, and I got interested in it because John Oxenham and I and a bunch of other people were taking a course with Dr. Kazar on Ferdinand Hodler, who is a Swiss painter who was into parallelism. So I looked at this and thought that was a perfect example of what Hodler painted, not only the vertical, but also the horizontal changes in the driveway in terms of light. So that was what I was doing with it.
Excellent. Good.
Nice, very nice. Yes.
I like the shadows on the wood uprights.
Yeah, the actual gate, which I think, I don't know where the fashion is. It's between two brick stanchions, but they weren't very interesting. But this gate was interesting, and plus it goes with the rusticness of the area.
Anybody else have a comment? So I probably would play with taking this down a little bit. I think it's a little
bright.
Yeah, a little too bright. I would
Okay.
see what happens. It's tricky because this is dark.
Yeah.
I would just play with it and see what happens. As a pure photo without, oh, here we go, without explanation, might be a little puzzling to people as to what am I looking for here? You have a context for it and it's beautiful within a context. Without the context, might be a little puzzling.
Were you thinking that I should have added a post to it so that people would recognize it as a gate?
Well, I think it was your whole explanation really made it very, that it was a study in parallelism. I think even
something like that would be, get people to look at it differently instead of trying to figure out what it is, but what your
Yeah, okay, that's.
your
'cause,
intent. Your intent
having,
is the word I
yeah,
want.
because I actually looked up the concept and it's really been, you know, it's a major concept in photography. More so than in the art world, I think.
Again, I think it's context, Janet.
Okay.
If we were studying that particular thing about photography, that concept, that application, that basic feature, spot on. Without that, though, the eye looks for what am I looking for here?
Yeah, maybe I'll look, to me, it's a gate, so, and with a driveway, but because I'm
Okay,
used
but
to
the
seeing
gate,
it.
gate is a driveway. It's like, well, okay. Somebody, here's an
On
example.
the other side would help.
Say what, David?
The deer on the other side. would
You're on
help.
the other side. would
Yeah.
help. Okay. Somebody came up to me the other day that you may have seen the Sunburst published a bunch of winter photos.
Oh, yeah.
Of which several were mine, which was lovely. And one of the residents stopped me and she said, was I supposed to be seeing something in one of those photos? And I said, what do you mean? It was snow? And she went, no, like, was there an owl something there? Was there something I was supposed to be seeing? And it's a great question. It's kind of funny. So it's a little like that. Like David said, well, where's the deer? All right. Picked on you long enough, Janet. Let's see what else we have. Joe, this looks like you. Tell us what we're seeing here.
Yeah, this was the,
End of a old nursing home.
yeah, that's the.
I think that's Azalea Lane.
Renaissance South building.
Which is coming down.
It's coming down, yes. Those are, you can see that different stages there.
I think
Can you see those buildings from your window?
Yeah, this is just outside my window.
Yeah, because I noticed you have taken quite a few pictures of that area, construction wise.
I have a video of pulling it down too.
And I'm hoping, I took a lot of pictures so that I can make a selection, make a slideshow eventually.
Oh, that would be neat.
My mother-in-law passed away in that bottom left room.
Oh, God.
Well, now I hesitate to ask my question, John. So we're going to pretend you didn't ask your question first, which is, Joe, well, no, I felt sad looking at this. Did it evoke any emotions in you? Or not so much? Just, oh, here comes the building. Joe, I'm talking to you.
Well, to me, it was just tearing down the building.
Okay. Okay.
Because I had no other relationship with the building.
Right. So how about you, John?
I have a black and white photo that has contrails coming out of the top of the building that I call the spirits are leaving the building. Or
Well, that's great. Yeah.
You would. You would.
So is that the old Renaissance Gardens building?
Yeah,
It's the care center.
This is the south
Okay.
part.
Now that bottom, the floor is called Azalea Lane. It's just, it was the floor that you connected to the other buildings on.
Yeah, I was parking, they moved our parking spot and they moved it over here. So there used to be parking just along this wall here.
Yeah. I think it's great you're documenting this, and I look forward to seeing the slideshow that comes out of it at some point. I think all the residents would enjoy that.
Yeah.
I think 972 is supposed to be doing a time lapse.
That too.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, John, what do we got?
This is, well, I'm a first-time grandfather, so this is my granddaughter. My daughter bought a collapsible ball pit and about 200 balls.
Oh.
And she fell over backwards and her left hand, she was reaching up and it was blurred. So I just cropped the hand out, and this is what I got. And the pit was not, she's since added another 200 balls. So you would have the balls covering up in that other corner now. But at the time that she just had 200 in there.
First time mom, yes?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love it. Yep.
I'm,
200.
Charming.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
So I tried to get it as sharpened as I could in the focus afterwards, but
Right.
that's from that's a cell phone photo.
Okay. Right. It's a little soft, as you know. It doesn't take away the charm of it, but it's a little soft.
It was a happy day.
Indeed.
For everybody.
Yeah.
So what do you like about this, everybody, besides this adorable girl? What do you like about the photo?
Colors.
Colors are
I
so
was gonna
bright.
say, it's just so colorful. It's just so
Great.
cheery.
Right.
And the balls almost look like fruit, some of them. It's like,
Yes.
The limes are really good.
yeah, the green ones look like limes. And I'm
They
like,
do? Yep. Yep.
Or green apples.
Mm.
yeah, until he said it was a ball pit. I was like,
A lot of balloons.
So anybody have any suggestions? How would you do this differently? Or anything? Suggestions, anybody?
Well, I wonder what, if, because would Topaz be able to make it clearer? You
It
think?
would certainly be worth a try.
Yeah,
It would certainly be
it's
worth
very
a
cute.
try.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, just-
John, have you blown that up and given it to your daughter and son-in-law? Because that's such a cute picture to have in an album.
I think I gave him a 5x7.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
let's just see here. What the heck? I have no idea. This is Apple's built-in editing package. Looking for, well, contrast sometimes. We'll do that. And a little sharpness.
That's a little better, yeah.
Yeah. And I'm sure clarity is right in front of me. But I'm not seeing it.
No, I'm not either.
I don't think they have it.
Sharpen, here we go. Let's try sharpen intensity.
That's better.
That's better. That's better. Brings the eye,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
Yeah.
Did a good job of bringing the face up without
Mhm.
too much more emphasis on the balls.
Did you try the tools on your phone, John?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know that I had clarity intent. You did intensity and
But this is not on your phone, but I did
Yeah.
it.
Hi.
oh,
And,
yeah. No, I don't think I have that on my phone.
and
I'm watching Betty Caldwell's Zoom, so
Rosemary, you wanna,
I put myself on mute.
No, you didn't.
no, you didn't.
No, let's try it about
Rosemary,
4:15.
oh, put yourself on mute, girl.
Mhm.
Okay.
Not getting through.
Contrast,
Good.
Tom, is the other.
Okay,
Yeah, I did
Great.
adjust the contrast.
thanks
on
for
the-
calling.
that-
Bye-bye.
This is much better that you did here.
All right. Let's go back to original. Yeah. Okay, well, that was worth it.
Excuse that. I thought I had muted myself.
I was yelling at you, but you didn't hear me.
I'm so sorry. I
Well, you know, you didn't say anything all that interesting, Rosemary, so we didn't really get into your conversation. All right, thanks, John. Let's see. Is this the theme or not? Carol, I think this is yours.
Yeah, the backstory was my friend and I were driving somewhere in California, remote part. And he said, all that would make I need now would be to find an A&W root beer. And it wasn't like 5 minutes later when I caught one out of the corner of my eye.
Wow.
So
Wow.
we went in and took an A&W. So I just had to take that picture. It was just, it was such a serendipitous thing. And he's always has memories of A&W root beer. So it was
Nice. Nice.
just, so it was just a fun shot.
Great smile too.
Yes.
Oh,
Nice.
God winked.
Sorry.
God winked.
Oh, right. Yes, definitely.
I noticed there's one on this side too, though.
Yeah, I wonder where that
I wonder where
went.
that came from.
Yeah, I wasn't obviously planning any kind of a shot that I should have moved mine out of the way, but it
No,
was
no,
just
I
sort
like
of,
it. No, that was not a criticism. I was just teasing you.
no, but yeah, no, that was definitely mine.
Yep.
That was pre-COVID, so we could be that close.
Mm. Okay, anybody else? Comments? What do you like? What would you change?
Makes me thirsty. But I guess it would have been nice to get the top of the head and the rest of the right hand, if you could have done that.
Yeah, I actually did crop it in a little because I was trying to get rid of some of the, just the busyness, but maybe too much.
I think the busyness adds to the texture and the color of the photograph. Out where you are, it's really fun.
I agree, particularly the hand. Interestingly, the eye kind of fills in tops of heads. Strangely enough.
Yeah.
But the hand, if you could move it over a little bit.
Yeah, I think I probably have some rest of the hand that I
Good.
cropped off.
Good. And great selection for today's topic too. Very nice. Tells me you have organized photos. You know how to retrieve what you want. So.
Oh, I just was flipping through and I saw that one. I was like, okay, that one qualifies.
All right, that would do it. And let's see what else. What else? Lobster dinner.
So that was just I usually visit a friend in Maine every year, and the highlight is a lobster dinner. So we had set up the table, and I was like, oh, I got to get a picture of this. So she just has a lovely farm, and that's the view out from the deck. And that's actually a runway right behind us, the green strip. Her husband has airplanes and his own hangar. So that's actually a runway.
So you did well to sneak a photo in before the plane took off, I guess.
Oh, he doesn't fly very often. And as a matter of fact, he has an old one that he restored that he needs to get certified again. So, but nobody else was coming and going that day.
So, folks, what would you change? What do you like?
I love the Irish furniture.
The Irish furniture.
You know, the patio furniture.
Oh, dear
Okay.
heaven.
Oh, Dick.
Oh, Dick's off his call. Here we go now.
I've never heard it referred to as that, so that's new to me.
Anybody? What would you change? Anybody?
I would like to see more treetops.
More treetops.
I don't think there was much more. I
Oh,
might
yeah,
have.
right.
I'm not sure if I cropped it or not, to be honest. But that's just about the tree line. I mean, it's just barely at the top of the trees.
So, Rosemary, if you couldn't see more, would you settle for less treetops? No, I'm serious.
Yeah.
No, because I
Alright.
think it was a very dull sky day. So
Oh, goodness.
The color of the lobster is a bit faded.
Give me just a second, because what we have here is this little strip
yeah, I see what you're talking about.
brightness, and then the eye tends to go where it's brightest.
Mm-hmm.
Aha.
So if we just did that,
Okay. Yeah.
That's good.
That helps.
Mm-hmm.
and you've still got your pond. I think it's great. You've still got the good proportions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the Maryland sunflowers, Susans.
Well,
Yes.
the main black-eyed Susans in this case, but
Yeah.
that's a good idea. Thank you.
You're welcome. And Forrest, our Maine guy, I expect you to speak up and talk about Maine there, Forrest. Was saying,
I said the color of the lobster is a bit faded.
I know, so I'm looking to see if we can change that. Well, let's try that.
Saturation? Or you down at the bottom?
I'm
that's-
doing color at the moment.
Yeah, okay.
Forrest, you got to say something.
Forrest wants
Oh,
good,
it-
healthy
it-
lobsters.
It should be a deep red.
Yeah, we can't do it this way because it changes all the color and it's like saturating. So
Yeah.
You want to go down to the selected color and just do the red. That should work.
Yeah.
That's getting there, yeah.
Wow.
Right there.
That's probably too much.
Just
Oh,
about,
yeah,
yeah,
that's
back it
too
off
much,
a
but-
little.
At least you can.
Yeah, I was gonna say, they were so red that I'm not sure I would want to eat them that red.
it looked a little radioactive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Back it off some.
Well, it sure makes them stand out. I don't know if I would
Yeah.
do it, actually.
No, you went overboard with that. Back it off a little bit and it'll be fine.
I was waiting for you to tell me to stop, man.
Oh, well, yeah, stop.
Okay.
That's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we all want to be there. I'll say, at least I do. I love Maine.
Yeah,
Mm.
I plan on being there later
yeah.
this summer.
Oh, yeah? Oh,
Yeah, me too.
Hope you get to go.
What-
Well, if we're
what
all there at the
program-
same time, we'll meet up.
You get it.
Betty, what program was
Unstable Wi-Fi.
allowed the
Like-
color to change?
I went down to selective color.
No, what program? Is it Lightroom?
No, it's just the stuff that's on the computer, right, Betty?
This is
It's just
the
on your-
Apple, right, it's the Apple built-in editing under photos, Rosemary.
Uh-huh.
Right, so we're in photos. And to my amazement, when you pull them out of photos and put them up on the screen, then what do my wondering eye should appear but a whole editing package.
Oh,
Okay. Thank you, Carol. Lovely. Gotta go back to revert to original. Done. Peggy, you gotta tell your story. Where's Peggy? You got a story for this, right?
you're muted.
You're muted, Peggy.
What is he doing?
I wanted to say, first of all, that our Wi-Fi is real unstable.
Oops, boy, it is.
When he was 3 years old, and we couldn't find him. And I knew I'd fixed lunch, and it had been on the table, and I couldn't find him. And we found him here, and he said, "This makes a perfect table, Mom."
Perfect size.
Of course, yeah, at the time we didn't want to laugh in front of him, but boy, when we were alone, we laughed a lot. He'd taken his meal and his glass of milk. There he was. I have to say that right now in chemo, my eyes have readjusted. The shape of the eye has changed so that my eye is, I'm having trouble focusing the eye. So in doing these, I have to squint, and it would go in and out of focus. So I couldn't tell myself whether a photo was in, I would adjust it, and then all of a sudden I'd look at it later and I say, oh, I just put it out of focus, and so
That's
I
tough.
don't know if this is in focus right now.
That's tough, Peggy.
I've been looking at the photos a lot, and I'm having trouble.
Well, that's a great picture and it's in focus.
appears
So
to
there you
be
go.
very much in focus.
And I appreciate that
Okay.
you actually schedule such that you can join us on these things, given everything you're doing. That's really to your credit.
Oh, believe me, it's really uplifting when I can. It makes my day.
Great. Great.
Also, this picture is about what, 39 years old. So it was very brown, and I had to adjust the shadows a lot, and I think I brought up the contrast a lot. I can't remember what all I did, but anyways, it was a dark photo when I started, but I worked with it,
So this was
as
film.
much as I
Yes,
could.
obviously. It was film. Peggy, it was a question.
What is the question?
Actually, it was a slide.
Oh, a slide.
Oh,
Okay.
the slide
It
that
was a
we
slide that
that
I
we
then converted.
Yeah.
Okay.
great
All
photo.
right. Well, that would throw some ringers at your color as well. Yeah.
Yes.
It's tough.
And I had forgotten that when I was working on them.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. So, folks, what's anybody would change anything?
Oh,
I think this one's just a
Good.
story in itself.
It's such a great story. Oh my gosh.
the tint of the picture just tells a little age.
Mhm.
It's a little age on the photo.
So I'm curious, what would happen if we just took out the cabinet a little bit?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Take out the hinge.
Yeah, take
Yep.
out the hinge of the cabinet too.
Sure did. All right. There we go.
There you go.
There you go.
And the shadow is not
Oh
troubling.
yeah, that's much better.
It is better.
The shadow kind of disappears somehow, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh yes, and I don't even know. I'm surprised I didn't even think of that myself.
Okay. All right. So take that out. If you wanted to, you could take down the white a little bit, but
okay,
it's adorable.
Really is charming.
Okay, back to original.
Peggy, is this one that you showed to girlfriends when he was 18?
Actually, I showed it to him to ask if he minded my sharing it. So he said, "Oh, sure, I'm an adult now," but I would have definitely said no if I'd been a teenager. So this photo is also of him, and it was a slide as well, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And on my screen, it looked darker when I adjusted it. I also brought up the shadows because I couldn't see the one side of his face because the sun was very bright coming through a window that I've cropped out. That's Dick, actually, the side of his face making Jason laugh. I played around with what sharpness I had.
I think
So
you did
that's
really,
him.
really well.
That's him just a few days old. No, probably about 3 or 4 days old, but he was born with a lot of hair.
Hmm.
These are wonderful.
Did I say days? I meant weeks.
Peggy, bring back memories I didn't even have.
Yeah, right.
Okay, anybody? I'm gonna make us move on as much as it's hard. Anybody?
Okay.
It's definitely happy.
It definitely, no happy day for sure. For sure. I'm guessing his daddy was beaming as well. I like the texture that you picked up in the blankie. It's very nice. All right. And Gloria, you're on.
Woo.
What's happening?
Yeah.
His birthday?
Does anybody else know what it is?
I'm
It's
guessing
Queen's birthday in Scotland.
I'm guessing it's the Edinburgh Festival.
Close. It's the military tattoo that happens every year in August, and that is the Edinburgh Castle in the background, illuminated with the British flag. So this is near the end of the ceremony where all of the performers come back out on the field. And I just thought it was a really fun moment.
Mm-hmm.
How cool that you got to see it.
Yeah, yeah.
And the light was perfect.
Yeah, it was, night was falling as the tattoo went on. And so it was fairly deep dusk at that point. And then the field was very illuminated. I had to take some of the light off the field because it was really too bright.
You did, yeah. Well, I think you did really well because you've got a lot of darkness back in here. And as you said, this is pretty bright. So you got it all. Anybody?
Beautiful picture, and it's well attended.
Oh, absolutely. It's always well attended because it only happens for, I guess, a couple of weeks in August. Otherwise, you don't see it.
I think this is something you get tickets like a year in advance, pretty much. I think.
Perhaps so. We were on a cruise and the cruise line took care of buying the tickets. So I don't know what that involved.
Right. Right.
What?
Any comments, anybody? Or okay.
It'd be nice to have some music with it.
Oh, yes.
The bagpipe music.
Yes, because there was tons of music all night.
Yeah, the music festival. Yeah. Great.
We're waiting for you, Gloria, to do an international slideshow with all these great photos you have from everywhere.
Yeah, and Oh Happy Day would be a great theme for it.
Oh,
on bagpipes.
Hello.
Okay, Peggy, can you mute Dick? Peggy.
Sorry, I'm trying to switch to a voicemail.
Peggy, can you just mute Dick? I guess not. All right, we're just going to tune out. All right, so Gloria.
Well, I guess why that's Oh Happy Day requires some explanation. Earlier in the day, we had some news on and heard that Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris was on fire. And so I ran to my photo file to see what I had gotten the last time we were in Paris and found this photo. We were there in, well, at this point it was May. And of course, the wooden steeple burned in the fire. And I was so relieved that I had a photo of the wooden steeple that's what made my day happy, even though I was so sad to hear that the cathedral was burning. And of course, at that point, we didn't know what would be left of it. More was left than we thought. But anyway, this is the famous old wooden steeple that is not there any longer.
It is lovely.
It's a beautifully framed photo.
Yeah.
And nicely framed.
It is.
Your eye is fabulous.
Yeah, sky is wonderful.
Yeah, I like the balconies pointing to the spire.
And the green from the branches.
I wondered at one point whether I should take out the balconies, and then I thought, no, that's ridiculous. They are giving it a sense of place because there's some of those grand old buildings in that part of the city.
They're now, I read an article, they're now cutting the wood in the trees to rebuild the steeple.
Oh, are they going to?
Yeah, the Post had a little article on it showing the special forest they were going to get the wood. And I can't remember if it was oak or not. I don't remember. But they are getting ready to rebuild it in wood.
Fabulous.
Good.
So Gloria, I would say, I think you must have really taken your time with this photo because it shows such awareness of what all is in it and choices that you made. And the composition of it is just fabulous. So
thank you.
Way to go.
What made me really look in that direction was the spring flowers were out.
Right.
Then I realized that the steeple was framed. Yeah,
Well done.
it was rather deliberate. And there was also an enormous amount of lens distortion in the picture, which is why it was such a huge file when I sent it to you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Got it. So if you wanted to, you could straighten this without anything else getting changed. At least you can in Lightroom. I don't know if Photoshop has that.
Photoshop definitely has that, and it has been straightened a great deal already.
So this is kind of the limit of what it could do.
It felt like it to me, yes. I could try to play with it again, but I kind of knew I had something there. So I started over on it a number of times, and I felt like, well, two things. I felt like I couldn't take it any farther. But the other thing was, since it's bowed in a little bit on the right side, it really shows you how tall the building is, which I thought was kind of cool.
Well, one of the downsides of straightening these, it influences the cropping for the whole photo. And
Yeah.
you don't always want to crop things out.
Yeah, I wanted those pink flowers in there.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well done. What a great group of photographers we have here. All right, let's see what happens now, Bill May. Hey, Bill May. Bill, you there?
He's muted.
Is he? Unmute yourself, Bill.
My grandson, he's a little soft. It's kind of like that shot of the kid in Alaska, and this was a point and shoot camera, so I think it's probably more head movement than depth of field or focus. There's an awful lot of cropping here. There was an ugly building in the background, and when I took that out, it actually made the picture better because I had the whole tractor and all that, but the interesting part is him. So it came out pretty good.
It's lovely.
It's good
I'm
choice.
glad you left the tire.
Yeah.
I think your choices were really good, Bill, in the way you cropped it.
Yeah.
If you could have given yourself a tiny bit more space here, that'd be cool.
I had to crop, and then I finally had to, I forget the app. I used an app to, some of that green in the background was an old, ugly old white building.
So did you clone it?
Excuse me?
Did you clone it? No, you are muting yourself. Don't do that.
Yeah, I used that program that you can just I forget the name. It was one you gave us early in the show.
To do what? What did you do with it?
Take that white building out and replace it with greenery.
Oh, the eraser.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. That's cool. But what I'm saying is you're close to merging here with the edge.
Yeah, well, yeah, then you get into other issues in the background.
Okay. Nicely done. Nicely. And we know you have cute grandkids. I tell you, I was patting myself on the back for giving this as the theme because I got to see all these cute kids. And here
Hooray.
I know. Bill? Unmute yourself, man.
This is the only female grandchild. And actually, this came out pretty good because I had to erase some things off her face. These were shot at a farm in somewhere in Maryland. My daughter's birth mother was with us, and she took us out there.
Adorable. Oh my goodness.
This was pretty straight. There's not much editing at all on this one. The other shot was heavily edited.
Well, but you really caught the hair of, and your lighting is superb. Focusing, it's just superb.
Love those curls.
It must be
I know,
side
it'd be
light
great.
because you don't have the backlight effect, but so you have the hair and the face, everything's up okay. I didn't do any, as I recall, I didn't edit any for shadows or anything else. I didn't have to.
Right, right. Well,
No,
it looks like it might have been a little overcast that day, possibly.
Yes, well, bright cloud, I've always found is good to work with
Mhm.
people.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, anybody, any suggestions, questions?
It's a deer photo.
Uh,
No, I think the light is just perfect.
Mm-hmm.
So one suggestion, Bill, if you wanted to play with it and see how it works, would be to take this out. I'm always looking for things coming out of people's heads.
That's going to be hard with the hair, though.
Yeah, I'm just saying. See what, and then take it off this side, just to see what happens. Really nice, really nice. All right, Forrest.
Yeah. That's just a sunset taken out of my living room window. Charlestown at sunset.
Cool.
I like the contrast of the clouds
Mm-hmm.
along with the sunset.
Moody.
Moody's a good term.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody? Suggestions, kudos, anything?
I love the clouds.
I do too.
Yeah, and the color, it's very atmospheric.
And the silhouettes of the trees.
Mm-hmm.
We like taking pictures out of our windows, don't we?
Yeah.
Been a lot of that this year.
Yes.
Hmm.
You'll see why I said it.
Forrest, what do we got here?
That's the courtyard in at the Louvre. And it was a dark, dreary day, and I loved the bright umbrella.
Yep.
Or
Gives a good sense of scale too.
Mm-hmm.
Where were you, Forrest?
I was inside the Louvre
Okay.
in one of the wings.
Got it. Okay.
Up on probably on the second floor.
Another photo out of a window. You're good at that.
So your clarity, your sharpness is superb. All these details in here, just really remarkable, right?
Well, I have a program. It's not the same one that you was using, but it's a program to help sharpen the photo.
Okay, good, good. Good use for it. Suggestions, anybody? Requests?
I wonder if you have less sky. It seems to be
Yeah.
distracting to have so
That's
much
what
white.
I'm thinking, Janet.
Yeah, that's good suggestion.
That's much better.
Yeah, it really puts your focus back on the building.
Yeah.
And the umbrella.
Yeah, on the umbrella. Yeah.
See, all my concentration was on the umbrella in the building.
Yeah.
That's where it belongs. That's great.
So this takes off actually a corner that I didn't mean to take off, and it doesn't seem to be all that flexible. I don't know, but you get the idea.
Sure. Yeah, I could modify it.
You can play with that.
Nicely done.
I love that the group goes from Charlestown to the Louvre, to Notre Dame, to Edinburgh. So effortlessly.
In one easy step.
Yep.
Yes, cutting out the sky enhances it a lot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you don't need that. All right, here we go. John Chessie.
Oh,
This is granddaughter and getting a little butterfly on her finger. I think the joy there was for her was seeing the butterfly touching her, but for me it was getting the picture of her doing it.
intensity of her gaze is just
Yeah.
wonderful.
We do have
The
beautiful kids.
flowers is
We
not such a
photographers
bad
have
idea.
really beautiful kids, don't we?
Mhm.
So what else are you noticing? What makes this really so much fun?
Very sharp.
Yeah,
Sure.
that the pink and white stripes really show how sharp it is.
Well, and they match the flowers behind.
Yes.
Right, right. And this, whatever this is up here, is
Very, very clever, John.
very nicely done.
Yeah, really, really nicely composed.
I hope you tipped the butterfly. What's her name, John?
Karis.
Karis, I like it.
About 9 years old.
She was 10, yeah, 10 then, 10, 11.
Good one, Forrest. So just a tiny tip. We're close to merging here.
Okay, yeah,
Here.
also on that side.
Just a little more. If you can do it. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Did they like your picture?
I know, I'll tell you.
I don't know who this lady was. I was just walking along the path, and so it was a candid shot. But she was certainly enjoying the afternoon. Actually, it's probably around noontime. You can see that the sun is pretty harsh.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was probably, it could be watercolors or acrylic. I tried to look at the table, and maybe watercolors.
Was that taken here?
No, Brookside Gardens down in
Oh, nice.
Wheaton,
Okay.
Montgomery County. I was just out there taking some pictures that day and ran across her.
Did she know you were taking her picture?
No.
Boy, you really captured her. That's really great.
Yeah.
Brookside was my guess. I mean, it seemed like these people are there all the time, and they're used to being gawked at and photographed, etc.
Good to know. Any suggestions? Anyone?
It isn't often you see a left-handed painter.
Oh.
My wife is a left-handed painter.
Ah,
Good observation, Rosemary. Give yourself an A for that one.
I thought
Yeah, I
about
tried a little
cropping.
bit trying to get some of that sun off the little seat and on the walk, because it was a lot brighter. So I tried to tone that down a little, but it does detract from the photo. But I couldn't do anything else, I don't think.
Do you work with Lightroom?
This was done with all-in-one.
Oh yeah, I'm not familiar with that.
I do have Lightroom, and I do use it once in a while, but I've sort of migrated to all-in-one raw. It's a little easier to use for me.
Right. Toning down highlights is what I would do in Lightroom. So if somebody is hearing some strange sounds,
yes.
can you turn off your mic? You're producing those strange sounds. Thank you. Oops, back on again.
That's coming from Dick Krebs, I think. Yep.
Thank you. Okay. Just toning down highlights should take that down, or reducing white a smidge should take that out.
I think it'd be fun to put that one in one of your watercolor apps.
Sorry?
Oh, I just said I think it would be fun to see that as a watercolor
with
app.
Put it
Oh,
through
the
Topaz.
app. Oh, I see
Yeah.
what you're saying.
You mean Topaz or the watercolor app? They're different things.
Well, just make it look like a watercolor painting.
Right, because it's so almost there, isn't it?
Right, yeah.
Yeah. I really love the color. The contrasting colors, the matching colors, the different tones of beige.
Mhm.
Really nice.
And if the green thing on the left was edited out or cropped out,
The sign, probably.
is it a sign?
Is it, I think, yeah,
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 probably.
It catches my eye.
okay. Wouldn't be
Okay,
hard to do.
good. Yeah, that'd be easy to do.
While I think of it, by the way, we've just got 2 more people, and then we're gonna take a look at which ones to put up on the website. And for anyone that wants to work with their photos after it's chosen to be on the website and incorporate some of the changes, we're gonna say if you can get them into me by noon. Is noon Friday tomorrow too soon?
Ooh,
It is. That's too soon. All right, how about noon Saturday? That's the least that's the most I can do.
Okay.
If you want to. You don't have to, but if you want to,
mhm.
I'll hold off getting them on the website till noon Saturday. Just send them.
Okay.
Okie doke. All right, now we go to Rosemary. Tell us about it, Rosemary.
It was a whim. I was just browsing my computer, and there was an invitation to grow my own mushrooms. And I did it. I bought the mushroom. The bag was probably across, circular, filled with very heavy growing compound that was shot with mushroom spores for blue oyster mushrooms. And the bag was about, I would say, close to 3 feet tall, but it was only half full. So I had to pull down the top of the bag. So I had to let the air out and then cut two 2-inch X's on either side. And these guys came right through the cut side on the left. And I had to spray with the sprayer, and they were sprayed. The soil was sprayed, I would say, 3 times a day. And once they started, I could almost watch them get bigger. It was from making an appearance to this in less than a week. It was amazing. And it was so much fun.
So Rosemary, tell us about the photo part of this. Did you use a macro?
I haven't done anything except take a photograph with my phone.
Okay, phone. Okay.
I think I did it. Yes, I know I did it with the phone because I was having trouble transferring it. So I could send it to you.
Okay, so
I didn't do any cropping. I didn't do any color enhancing.
Got it. Okay.
In fact, you can see the fringe on the rug in the back on the left. But it's just a giggle because now they're turned into Duxelles in my freezer. But I'll let you know how good they are or not.
We've got a whole meal we're working on here. We got lobster, we have mushrooms.
Green.
All right, comments, anybody? Suggestions, comments?
Looks like a great project.
It was great fun, and it was about 10 days, and then I could put the compound in the trash, and put the mushrooms and the shallots and the butter in the pan. It was fun.
So I would say, photo-wise,
Yes.
a little vignetting might be interesting to take care of some of the corner.
Right.
Just to darken down a dark vignette, not a light vignette.
Mm-hmm.
Just to detract from that a little, and from that a little, and from that.
Yep. Yeah, it was tight quarters because they filled it. I can't do anything about the phone. I can stop talking, I guess.
Well, that's okay. Okay. Anybody else, comments, suggestions?
Nice detail.
Nicely focused, good depth of field. That's a challenge. Something like this. I think it would have, next time around that you're growing mushrooms, it would be interesting to take it from the side as well. just to see what all's going on. You have so many wonderful hills and dales, things going on, edges, directions. Just play with it a little bit and see what happens if you come at it from the side. Or turn the
I
whole
did
thing.
take a picture of the side, so I'll look at that as well.
Okay.
And I think now I'm set on, after a visit to Verizon, I think I can send that picture to you as well. So
Super. Glad you got that worked out.
good. Yes, I am
All
too.
right. I'm going to keep us moving because we are running out of time. Tell us about this.
This is sunrise. Up in time to see the sunrise. But I now see that I need to crop out the shuttle parking lot.
Is that what this is?
Yeah,
Okay.
but, and I suppose it could probably be better focused, but I don't know that I can do it. I'm still new at this post-processing business,
I
but
got
I know I can crop it.
It goes on forever, by the way, the post-processing.
I know.
So you could also try, well, if you had the vignetting, you could also try that so that you don't have to lose any of this.
Well,
Or
I think cropping would be easy enough. But would it change? Would it become more diffused? Because I know it's not in sharp focus.
so you can try it and see what you like.
Okay,
Right. I mean, who knows? What we imagine is not always what's going to happen.
exactly.
Yeah.
You can always bring the bottom up a little bit just to move out the buses without losing the sky.
About a
Right.
third would probably do it, a third of that black.
Yeah.
Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that,
It's
That does
still
it.
a really nice shape.
yeah.
That's what I did with the cars on Diane's photo of the sunset.
Mhm.
Okay. All right, now let's go to David Elder. David, tell us what's going on here.
That was actually presented to, I guess, my wife. We took an anniversary cruise a couple of years ago, and actually that time the Royal Caribbean cruise ambassador, which is our equivalent of a travel agents, we mentioned it was an anniversary cruise, and she put in for the anniversary package with the room
Nice.
decorations and all.
Nice.
We'd paid for it $150 a couple of years before that. But this were the flowers, and as I was going through my pictures, that was probably our 40th anniversary. And we were at sea, and it was joyful.
Nice. So what comments do you have, folks?
Beautiful. I like it. Love the colors.
Yeah.
I like the way it's in the corner and just, there's the background, did a nice job of just having a very blank background that
Yeah.
didn't distract.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
In a ship's cabin, you don't have much real estate.
Good clarity. Good clarity.
Right.
Good. Okay. All right, and moving on to this one.
I don't have to say a word.
No, you
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, had a cat with that.
Lovely.
We probably have $200 worth of cat toys and cat trees,
Wonder Woman.
cat beds, and a brown paper bag. This is one of our Charlestown dinner bags from the food delivery.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I love the colors. Wow. With your rug. Very nice.
Yeah.
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 Put limbs in.
Yes.
Well, I say she upgrades the dinner bag.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Most attractive thing I've seen in my dinner bag. I'll tell you that.
Yes.
Anybody? Comments, suggestions?
I like it.
Well, looks great.
What if you cropped it a little bit off of the top so that, yeah, just a little.
So do it.
Yeah, to get rid of that extraneous detail. Exactly.
I think that's a good call, Gloria. See what we did, David?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's,
This is a little eye-catching when you don't want it to be eye-catching. Right? We just want this.
Yeah.
yeah, and I would have cropped down and brought her up to the top third or something, but then you might not know it's a paper bag, but that's.
Oh, I think
was her
knowing it's a
eyes.
paper bag makes it that much more fun. The eyes are amazing.
Yeah.
She's given me, we call it that look.
Yes.
Yeah.
This
And then-
cat is deaf, but she howls louder. We've had security called on her before.
Oh.
Awesome. Awesome.
3 o'clock in the morning, she does the kitty phrases.
My cat used to hide in the paper bag. When the dog ran by, she'd pounce out on it.
I think anybody who's owned a cat will have seen this photo.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're gonna do a real quick selection of which ones go online. And probably the easiest way to do that is to go back here and just do them one by one. So can everybody see all of them now?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, mine's not there.
The cat isn't there. Oh, yeah,
No,
no, I see
mine-
it. I see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
I don't see mine.
Yours isn't here?
Nope.
Yeah, I see mine.
Neither is mine.
And either of the buildings being, yeah.
Oh, yes,
oh,
that's
there,
it.
yeah.
Okay, then we're gonna use this one.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay, that's it.
Okay, thanks, Janet, for helping me
Okay.
with that. Okay, remember, just say yes.
Where
Fairly,
are we starting? At the top?
Yeah,
yes.
the cursor is.
You'll see the cursor.
Oh, okay, okay.
See the cursor, and just everybody say yes if it's one we want to
Yes.
select.
Yes.
Go.
Yes.
All right, so now let me have my secretary jot this down.
Where's the cursor? Oh, I see.
Okay. Next,
Yes.
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 who could turn on
Yes.
that child? All right. Joe.
Yes.
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 Children are winning this round, aren't they?
Yes.
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 Yes, if you get this.
Yes.
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 I'll get the color up.
Okay.
Forrest's gonna be looking over your shoulder.
I know.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
How can you not? Really?
Yeah.
Did we get that?
Yes.
Yes.
You did get it.
Oh, I have it
We
listed.
did.
Yeah, we did.
Listed twice. All right, never mind. Hmm.
Yes.
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 This is better, isn't it? All right.
Yes, it is better.
Yeah, you can actually see it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
What happened to the tractor fella?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
To both
No.
children.
You got the tractor?
Yep.
Yes.
got it.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Went through it fast, so I didn't know.
I know. Sorry about that.
Sorry.
All right, we got the sunset.
Yes.
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 Yeah.
Yes.
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 Yeah.
Yes.
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 Yes. Mm.
Yes.
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 Okay. All right. You all have gotten so much stronger in what you're bringing here. I got to tell you, it used to be we'd have like 5 that we said, yeah, that's good enough. And now it's like, why don't we just select the ones not to go in? It'll be faster. All right. Next meeting, April 15th. Don't forget, former tax day. Oh, one more announcement. Fireside Artists. We are going to finally be able to put on another show. The installation will be April 16. So for all of you that are already members of the Fireside Artists, I really, really hope you will put some things in the gallery, up to 2. Anybody who is not yet a member of Fireside Artists, I'd encourage you to consider joining and put some images in. They are we have a member, are very welcoming of photographers. And it would be great to have a place to put your things up. So the images stay up in the gallery about 6 months. We do 2 installations a year. They are for sale. People do make sales. And people appreciate seeing them. So if you want to join, and you want to join, contact Carol Schimpf, Schimpff, who will send you a form to join. Questions about it, just send me an email.
Betty, do you have a theme for next month's meeting?
Gotta go.
Say again, please, Laura.
Do you have a theme yet for next month's meeting?
I will send it out. I do not. I got so wrapped up in this month's, but I will. I will do that.
Oops. Thank you, Betty. I've got to go.
Thank you,
Yep,
Betty.
gotta go, thanks.
Thank you, Betty.
Bye-bye.
Another good meeting.
Thank you, Betty.
Thank you. Good. Thanks for
Thank you,
being here.
Betty.
Okay, bye.
Thank you,
Bye.
Betty.
Bye.
And Betty,
Yeah.
for your information, we were helping Paul with his Birds of Charlestown elk session.
Yeah.
And we actually noticed the same thing that we noticed when we were in the classroom, how much better the pictures looked on your iPad than they did on any of the screens.
Where were you?
What's that?
Where were you showing them?
Here's the thing. I had 2 computers and 3 screens going.
Oh.
But when I watched it on my little, $400, this is a
I hear you. It was better.
Samsung
Okay.
semi-smartphone. The pictures were so much better on the little screen.
Yeah.
It was just
It's unfortunate.
twice as good.
All right.
And they were some of your pictures. I had to share that with you.
Thank you. Okay.
No,
No.
I
All right.
noted.
We're signing off. Thank you. Bye.